Tonight's game is brought to you by Yancey's Fancy New York Artisan Cheese, the official artisan cheese of the Buffalo Sabres. And our starting goaltenders brought to you by Tim Hortons Cristobal Uwe. He will go in goal for the Chicago Blackhawks, and it will be Patrick Lalime as he gives Ryan Miller a much-deserved rest after his shutout victory against Washington a couple of nights back. Tim Hortons, make your holiday gift giving easy with the Tim card, available in any denomination at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. And the Buffalo Sabres are presented in high definition by Stereo Advantage. Stereo Advantage, your source for HD TV. Kennedy goes to center ice to face off against Sharp, who taps it back in his own zone. Up on the wing it comes to Brouwer. Brouwer steers it in. Myers chasing after it behind the net. Kane was on him. Myers couldn't take it away. Kane holding it in, zipping it back to the point. Kane's got it again. Kane trying to get away from Hess forecheck. Back to the point it comes. Worked across to Chalmerson. Chalmerson sending it down low. Kane after it. Banks it behind the net. Tipped back into the corner again. And recovered by Buffalo. And Hess wheels it through center, but didn't connect on the pass. Now flipped across ice again and dumped in over the line. That's knocked down by Myers. Tallinder takes a look. He'll gain center ice and pump one in. That'll be tipped around behind the net, recovered by Duncan Keith. He got it on the board, zipped out to center ice, and casing after it, Taves. Taves gets in over the line, tried to go to the net, got knocked down, took the shot, and Lalime makes the save. Buffalo coming back 4-on-3. Pass in over the line to Roy. Roy scoots it over to Stafford. He couldn't get his shot away. And then tried to work it in front of the net, fed off the boards, back to Rivet with a shot that gets blocked, and it's cleared out to center ice. Chicago wheeling it ahead off Taves' stick, getting it over the line. That's knocked down right in front of the net, going after it again. Hossa getting it back to the point. And a long shot, and Lalime kicked it away. There's the rebound. Back to the point again, and kept in there by Barker. Barker dealing it across ice. Penalty coming up to Buffalo. Ludman missed it. It goes back to the corner. The Sabres will gather it in now. And the first penalty of the game goes to Buffalo. And let's see Rob Ray.
Well, there's a lot of talk coming into this game that a team plays differently according to who's in the net. That is craziness. Played in front of an awful lot of goalies. Not once did you ever go in thinking, I got to change my game according to who's in the net. Maybe what their tendencies are, if they like to come out and play the puck or not. But Harry, as a coach, did you ever change your game plan depending on who was in net?
I don't think you can do that. You hope you get a positive reaction when the backup goalie goes in. I had some teams with two backups and no regular. That was no strategy.
Well, here the Hawks keeping it in with the man advantage. Tallinder takes it back and tries to rifle it up the middle, but it was taken out of the air. And it's kept in there by Hossa. Well, they swing it around on the boards. Tap back, and it goes all the way through center ice. And the Sabres penalty kill brought to you by Nepa. Get the good stuff. Duncan Keith will lug it away. 2 minutes into this opening period. For Kane, and Kane brings it in, but way offside was Jonathan Taves.
Well, one of the real positive stats for Buffalo is their penalty killing. In the last 5 games, 1 power play goal against, 14 times shorthanded.
Well, they're taking on a club that knows how to score goals, that's for sure.
Boy, they got 2 real good lines offensively, and they get some good scoring from the secondary, 3rd and 4th line.
Campbell knocking it in around behind the Buffalo net. Campbell trying to chase in after it, and he does, and it's swung all the way back to the point to Barker. Barker holding it. Barker takes his shot, kicked away in front of the net, rebound, and it's stolen by Roy. Roy coming back with Pominville. Roy in over the line, drills one right on the rebound, and away, knocked it away just in the nick of time. Chicago to bring it back in the other direction. Bufflin hustling into the corner after it. Tipped it around behind the net. It's all the way back to Barker at the point. Barker keeping it in there. He's got Campbell open, but he elects to drop it off on the other side. The shot is knocked down in front and slipped back into the corner. Campbell chasing after it. He gets checked in right beside the net, but it's stolen away, and Roy will ease it back down the ice with a half minute remaining in the penalty. Barker collecting it again and leaving it behind the net. Now Chicago's Duncan Keith. Keith off the boards into the corner. Sekera tried to fire it around on the boards, and that jumped up in the air and went out of play. And there are 19 seconds to go in the penalty to Stafford.
Yeah, the Sabres are doing a nice job pressuring when they have to and not over pressuring. I think you're going to see Chicago really move the puck around, be real flashy, and you don't want to overcommit because they'll make you look bad. So just hold your ground and force them out to the outside and allow that shot to come from the point of the sidewall, and Lalime should be able to handle that.
Now Kane and Myers move prematurely, but they'll line up again. Kane getting it back to the point for Sharp. He took a shot that curves around on the boards. Connolly knocked it free and out to center ice. The Hawks trying to regroup again. It's brought right back in by Hossa. Hossa digs his way along the boards, dropped it back to Kane. Kane took his shot, and Lalime got a piece of that as Buffalo returns to full strength. Up on the wing and fired to center ice off Stafford and into Chicago territory. Both teams changing as Keith brings it back again. Keith leaves it at the line, then goes after it again, and it's knocked away. Sent back into the corner, off a skate. Knocked down again. Myers tried to pick it up, couldn't reach it. Rolled around on the boards, back to the blue line. Long shot. Lalime kicked that away. MacArthur did not get it out. Stuck in behind the net to Myers, and he feeds it ahead. Vanek starting back with a pass through center. Went off MacArthur and down the ice. Drouet comes out to play it right onto MacArthur's stick. Went back in behind the net. Vanek tried to come up with it. Kennedy didn't see it. Went over his head and behind him. And now back to center ice again. Kopecky got it in over the line. Recovered. And the Sabres will take it away with Matador. Matador trying to get free and finally elects to go all the way back behind the net to shake his check. Andrew Ladd watches him. Off to Sekera. Sekera gaining center and flipping it on in. Dished around on the boards. Matador holding it in, then loses control. And it's worked out to center for Buckland, getting in over the line. He's shot right on. Lalime kicked that off the glass. Pushed around on the boards again. Eager keeping it in for Chicago. Now it goes through center, and there's Bear racing after it, and in behind the play. We've got a mix-up going on back inside the Buffalo zone. It was involving Eager and Coletta. Eager is definitely getting a penalty.
I think they're both going to get penalties here. Coletta leads the Buffalo Sabres in hits by a wide margin, and that hit seemed to get under the skin of Eagers, and we have a pushing contest going here. Eagers looks like he's a little more receptive to a fight than Coletta.
But they're both in the penalty box. And they're both getting minors. All of this happening 5 minutes into this opening period. With no score and Chicago 6-1 in shots.
Well, I know I'm speaking on behalf of the Buffalo Sabre staff and all the Buffalo Sabre fans with the death of Mike Greer's mother a week ago. A sympathy certainly goes out to the Greer family.
Absolutely. Here's Pominville getting it back to the point. Long shot got blocked, and Keith knocked it away up to Taves. Taves into the Sabre zone, puts on the brakes, trying to set it up, deals it across ice to Keith. He holds it in. Working it down low. Myers couldn't collect it. Back into the corner again. And the Hawks keeping the puck in the Buffalo end. Hossa left it to Keith. Keith slides it on to Hossa. He gets tripped. Another penalty coming up here to Buffalo. And it's going to be Tallinder who will go. And the Sabres are going to be shorthanded again. 2 men to Chicago's 1.
Well, that was an excuse me trip, but it was a trip. Tallinder was going for the puck and missed the puck. And got it under the skate of Hossa, and you know the results. So we'll have some 4-on-3 hockey here for a minute and 31 or less.
Hawks keeping it in, but it's stolen away by Roy, and he lofts it down the ice. A bouncer, and away. Had to be careful with that one. Keith bringing it back again. He gains center and leaves it to Kane. Kane slips in over the Buffalo line. Back to Keith it goes. And over on the other side, held in to Seabrook to Keith. Keith drops it off to Kane. Kane doesn't get his shot. Now he does. Lalime kicked it away. And it's going to be sent back down by Rivet. Buffalo will do a change up front. As Connolly comes back out on the ice and Kane slides it through the middle. Seabrook tipping it in. Lalime let it go behind the net. Fired around on the boards but kept in by Chicago. Back to Keith. Keith leaves it there. Seabrook to Keith again. Keith into the slot. Deals it across ice for Kane. Kane doesn't shoot. To Kane. There's a shot right on. Great save on Seabrook by Lalime. Off to Keith once more. Keith moving the puck around. On the other side, another shot right on. And Lalime squared up and made the save on Seabrook again. Back to Keith at the point. Keith doesn't shoot. He works it off into the corner to Kane. Got it in front of the net. Lalime makes the save. Cleared off to the side, but not out of the zone. Held in by Seabrook. Back it comes to Keith with a blast. And Lalime grabs it and hangs on. And Lalime doesn't like the fact that Sharp was hanging around.
Well, if you wonder whether Dalime's ready to play this game, I think you can forget that, Rob. He's made about 5 great stops.
Yeah, and you know what, Harry? You know, he just controlled that rebound there. Very difficult shot to get control of, but he's doing a nice job of it. He's coming from post to post real quick, getting his body across to make that save. That shows that he's mentally into it. You know what? And he's sharp. You know what? Because he's gone and playing those 2 games in the minor, maybe got him into that conditioning, got that quickness back and that sharpness back that he needed.
He's already handled 12 shots here in the opening period, and Buffalo is still shorthanded. Campbell keeping it in. He'll guide it across ice to Barker. Barker has 2 of the penalized players return, but the Sabres are still shorthanded. Barker's shot deflected right in front. Oh! Lalime makes the save. Another save. Cleared around on the boards, and on the ice it goes. Coletta chasing after it. Uwe is out to give it to Campbell. And Campbell goes behind the net. Coletta heads to the bench. Soupy Campbell brings it back again. Gaining the Buffalo line and chasing into the corner. Sekera cuts him off. Jammed around behind the goal. Taken away by Montador. And he got it around on the wall off Talinder and down the ice. And icing against Buffalo as Talinder had just stepped out of the penalty box. Stay tuned for the Karuba Collision coming up later in tonight's game, and log on to Sabres.com all season long to vote for the Karuba Collision of the year.
Well, 8 shots on the power play for Chicago. None of them in the back of the net.
Well, Patrick Lalime, a busy man and a successful busy man. In the early going in this game as Pominville will fire it in wide of the net and hustle to the bench. Hawks to bring it out again. Campbell drops it off. Now the pass through the middle, deflected in over the line by Ladd. Ladd gets nailed by Lutman, but got it on into the corner. Slipped around behind the goal. Chicago keeping it in. Madden back to the point. Screen shot. Kicked away before it got to the goaltender this time, but it comes right back to Keith, and he keeps it in there. And then blasts it in wide of the net. Got it into Madden. Slapped off his stick and taken away by MacArthur. And he didn't get it out. He'll go after it again. Still didn't get it out. They jam along the boards, and Bufflin went down very easily as he got a nudge from Connolly, but the Hawks keep it in there. Ladd tried to feed it in front. That's broken up. MacArthur can't reach it. Now he does, and knocks it to center ice. Seabrook chased by Vanek. Seabrook got it ahead to center to Ladd. He dumped it to an open wing. Nobody home there. Hossa hustling after it. But Sekera got it behind the net. Now it's finally wheeled out to center, but cleared right back in again. Montador whips one across ice. That went off the skate of Gerby. Gerby on the forecheck. Thomerson got it to center to Kane. Kane to the Buffalo line and over. Knocked off his stick, and Kane battling in there along with Sekera. It slipped down low into the corner. Worked around on the boards. Kicking it free is Sharp. Now it's kept into Kane again. Kane looking for the open man. He likes to shoot off a leg. Get back into the corner. Sekera takes it away. Dribbles it around on the board for Gerby, and Gerby dumped it out of the zone. Gerby picks it up now and clears it in over the line to Stafford. Tried to give and go to Gerby. Back to Stafford. And he tried to tip it in the short side, but it's cleared away. And taken by Sharp, who will send it back through center ice. Myers getting it back and working it ahead. That'll be fed on in by Kalinder, who's way up on the play. Myers charging after it. Kept him with a shot right on by Pominville on her way. And steered to center ice, but Buffalo stealing it right back again. Pominville whips one in. Uwe is going to gather it back in and hang on to it. Halfway through the first period from downtown Buffalo at HSBC Arena. No score between the Hawks and the Ford F-150 built Ford Tough replay.
Well, if you thought Patrick Deline wasn't ready to play this game, here's a little summary of some of the stops he's had to make. 14 shots here in the first 10 minutes of the hockey game. And as I said before, about 5 of them were superb saves.
The faceoff this time is in the Chicago end. As it'll be Taves against Connolly, a pair of 19s. Connolly winning the draw. Myers holding it in. Jammed back into the corner, off the boards, and sent away to center ice for Hossa. He flipped it in over the line. And a quick shot right on. Comes around on the boards again as Versteeg let it go. Sabres bringing it out. Connolly got it up on the wing, and it's in the Chicago bench.
The Sabres need to be a little more aggressive here. They got to get a few shifts into the Chicago end here, create some offense, get a burr going down in there. They're spending way too much time in their own end. I think the big thing is, Harry, they're showing them a little too much respect, standing back watching them.
Well, they've been warned, I'm sure, by the coaching staff of the speed and the scoring ability of the Chicago team. And maybe you're right, they could be lying back a little too cautious.
Here's Coletta going in after the puck, and Mayer knocks down his man. Ellis charges over after it, high in the air to the blue line, and not out. Buffalo trying to keep it in, and finally it's worked out by Fraser. Slipped back in the other direction, and down on the ice goes Mayer, and the crowd upset now. There was no penalty called there. They poke it back into the corner. Ellis charges over. Got it to Mayer. Mayer to Ellis, and his shot goes high into the corner. Kept in by Coletta. Coletta around for Ellis. Ellis to Mayer again. Mayer trying to get away, but it's taken back by Fraser, who takes a hit from Coletta. Now the Hawks to try it again. Flipped in by Fraser, off into the corner. Shoveled up on the wing and brought out by Roy. Roy gaining the Chicago line. Puts on the brakes, takes his shot right on. Away, makes the save. And Chicago bringing it back as they fire it through center ice, but that's broken up by Montador. He tipped it back in. Campbell hustling after it. Campbell gets bumped in the corner, but the Hawks send it high in the air and down the ice into the Buffalo end. Chasing after it, Sekera. Sekera wings it around on the boards. Roy couldn't get it out. Montador slaps it around for Gerby. Gerby chopped at it. Campbell keeping it in. Campbell sends it down low into the corner. Sekera rolling it behind the net for Montador. Montador pulls it free and slips it up on the wing. It's not out, but now Montador gets it back again. Montador off the glass, not out of the zone. Ladd holding it in. Sekera will have to chase after it, and right behind him is Bufflin. Montador to safety behind his own net, pulls free from Ladd. Pass up on the wing to Pominville. He couldn't come up with it. And now Kane missed it, so the Sabres keep it in. Hess charging into the corner. Hess finally lost it, and Keith brings it free. Keith is chased around by Kennedy and sends it in behind his net with 7.5 to go in a scoreless first period. Kennedy kicks it free, gets it in over the line. Pominville lets it go right on the rebound, and Hess couldn't get his stick on it. Hit back into the corner. Kennedy swings and takes a shot that Away will hang on to. 7:11 to go in the opening period. No score from downtown Buffalo, New York.
In tonight's local Lincoln Mercury dealer flashback, we go back to December the 15th of 07 when Patrick Kane made his first visit to the HSBC Arena as a professional. Kane's father and grandfather were part of a ceremonial puck drop, and Patrick scored just over 2 minutes in the first period to complete the homecoming.
Nobody has been able to get on the board so far in the first period in this game. Hawks send it down the ice. Icing's been waved off. Lalime was out to try and play it. Myers helps him out. To MacArthur, tapped it free, and out to center it comes for Vanek. Kalinder tried to join the rush. Kalinder comes up with it in the corner, pulls free, still has the puck, and had it knocked off his stick by Taves. Round to Versteeg, up to Hossa. Hossa gaining the line, going to the outside. Hossa fed it through the goal crease, and the Sabres net gets knocked off. And now play is called because of that, even though the puck was down near the Chicago blue line.
Yeah, Henrik Tallinder took him right in through the net, give him a little push, knocked the post off there as his momentum we're going through.
Nathan Gerbe, a good job of filling in for the defenseman, and he and Tallinder took on the 2-on-2 rush. There's Gerbe over on the right side of your screen. Hossa's a tricky guy, and he can't get around the corner on Gerbe. A nice mental and physical play by young Nathan Gerbe.
Back to the point. Chicago keeping it in. Lalime slows it down behind the net. Rivet deals it across ice. Gerbe waiting for it. Gerbe gaining the Buffalo line. Gets shoved into the wall by Brouwer. Dipped up in the air. Held in by Buffalo. After it is Stafford. Stafford took the hit beside the net. Jammed around on the boards. Ludman kicks at it to keep it in. Ludman shovels it on into the corner. Goes after it again. Round for Stafford. Bounces free beside the net. And is recovered by Chicago and hooked out to center ice. Rivet taking it back to Ludman for the captain, Craig Rivet. Ahead to Roy. Couldn't get anywhere. Rivet helps him out. Challenged by Buffalo. Off it goes to Gerbe. He took a shot. Ray steered that to the side. Kept in by Ellis. Ellis trying to get free in the corner. Finally loses it to Madden. And Madden sending it high in the air to center ice. It's knocked down at the Buffalo line. And now we've got an offside call, but not a penalty. And that's got everybody all upset.
I think there is a penalty here, Rick.
5.5 to go here in the opening period. Still no.
Both goalies have been perfect. The Ford replay will show you the penalty to Bufflin as he tangles up Gerbe at the offensive blue line, and the Sabres will go on the power play. And Rick, we're lucky to have Benjamin Fike from the Make-A-Wish Foundation up here helping us broadcast this first period.
And enjoying every last minute of it with 5.5 to go here in the opening period. Buffalo goes to the power play, and the Sabres power play brought to you by Integris Energy, the power behind the Buffalo Sabres. MacArthur keeping it in. He'll slide it across ice. Back to MacArthur. Took his shot, but it's blocked in front of the net and fed up on the wing. And the Hawks get a chance to bring it out and do. Brouwer working it in over the line. His shot knocked down. And the Sabres bring it back again. 4 of them coming to center. Up in over the line to Myers on the rush. Myers swings it free in the corner. He and Seabrook collide and go down. And Brouwer gets it off the boards, over a stick and down the ice. Lalime is out to give it to MacArthur. Taves keeping an eye on him. Out to Roy. Roy to Pominville. Leaves it there. Vanek into Pominville. Pominville around behind the net. Pominville sliding it back. Kept in to Pominville again. Pominville hooks it over to Myers. Myers now to MacArthur. Back to Myers. Lets it go. He fired it wide of the net. There's the rebound right out in front. But taken away by Hossa. Hossa chasing after it. And Myers gets there first. And gets knocked down by Hossa. Puck underneath Myers. Then Hossa runs into Lalime, who didn't like it a whole lot. And it's finally brought back by Buffalo with a pass to center to Roy. Roy in over the line to Stafford. He swings around to lose his check. Clearing it across ice. Sakura. Blast goes wide. And all the way around on the boards and back out through center. Half minute remaining in the Chicago penalty. Sabres will try it again to Sakura for Roy. Roy in over the line. He slides it off. Taken by Gerbe. Getting it back to the point. Gerbe's got it again with a shot. Duay makes the save, and he's going to hang on to it.
The holiday season is full of joy and celebration.
And if you drink, please don't drive. Happy holidays.
And face-off will still be in the Chicago end. 15 seconds to go in the penalty. Roy is tossed. Stafford comes in. Stafford winning the draw. Gerbe getting it back to the point. Whipped over to Rivet. Rivet Sekera, Rive, Roy, one-timer blocked, and Rive keeping it in for Sekera. Sekera clears it on to Roy, got it down low. Kirby tried to jam it in the short side and went up to the rebound. The puck is still lying there. Rive kept it in momentarily, and now it slipped to the blue line, but not out. Roy held it in. They work it down low, and Chicago back to full strength. Tipped around on the boards, kept in by Buffalo. Stafford's pass, Hicks tried to slap it in the short side. Round on the boards, Myers keeping it in. Myers pulling free and taking a shot. That didn't get through the rebound. Cleared out in front of the net. Kicked in by Buffalo again. Cut back into the corner. They jam it around on the boards. Slipped all the way around, and Tallinder had to jump over his stick and through center ice. Sabres have to make a change. So do the Hawks. Tallinder back after it with less than 3 to go here in the opening period. Speared ahead by Kaleta. Chicago getting it back. Jomerson, he left it behind him, and it's flipped by Campbell as far as center ice. That's broken up and tapped right back in again by Kaleta. And work it on into the corner. Kaleta running into his check. Hawks start away. Long pass coming to center. Brought in over the line. Jomerson the long shot. And Lalime flags it down and gives it to Matador. Matador pulling free from one. Works it up on the boards. Kennedy slips it to Kaleta. Kaleta chasing in after it. Runs into Campbell. And then Kaleta carries on and steps into Jomerson. Comes around on the boards. Held in there by MacArthur. Working it down low. Kennedy hustling in after it. Kennedy loses his skates and he goes down. Kennedy picks it up again in behind the net. Tapped it around into the corner. MacArthur stepped into his man. It fed out to center ice. Brought back in by Kane. Kane in over the line. Spin move. Took his shot and Lalime stayed with it all the way. And hangs on for the faceoff.
They've been showing Kane some Dennis Savard moves. That spinorama backhander looks good, but it didn't fool Lalime.
You know, Lindy Ruff is talking to his players on the bench. He's trying to get the point across, attack with speed, move the puck forward, and attack with speed, and it's working because he's done it for the last 10 minutes. And in that time period, when they started to do it, they've got good penetration and they've got good control down low and created some chances.
Connolly cannot control it on the faceoff. Kane slips it on into the corner to Eager. He takes a bump from Ludman. Now in behind the net. Sabres will break it up. The pass coming up the middle. On the wing it comes. Here's Kirby racing in. Didn't get a shot away. He does the spinorama. Back it comes to Vanek, and his shot is blocked. Hawks bringing it out again. Keith flipping it in. Lalime didn't get it out of there. Kane was taken off the puck by Vanek's body check. And out to center. Connolly swings it ahead to Vanek. Didn't get that far. Chicago trying to come back, but putting it right on the stick of Tallinder. A minute remaining here in the opening period. Myers gains the Hawk line. Tried to flip it in front of the net. That's broken up. Ladd starts in the other direction. Ladd is cut off by Tallinder. Myers behind the net to get away from Fraser. Tyler Myers for Tallinder. He'll get to center, feeding it off MacArthur's leg and over the line. MacArthur keeping it in, took his shot, blocked. He goes after it again and holds it in there. Sending it down low. It's helped around on the boards by Sopel. And fed out as far as center, but MacArthur broke it up. Taken back by Roy, and he gets taken away. And now here's Pominville jamming it in over the line. 20. Chicago recovering with 15 seconds remaining in the period. Lalime slips it over in the corner for Matador. To Pominville, out to center to Kennedy. Kennedy gaining the line and chasing after it. He'll spin it around behind the net. Flip back into the corner again, jam to the other side, and period number 1 comes to an end, and Kennedy and Campbell collide in the corner. And a whole lot of folks show up on the scene, including everybody in the striped shirt.
Well, 8 of the 17 shots by Chicago came on that power play, 4-on-3 and 5-on-4. After that was over, it's been a good period. Buffalo has equaled Chicago in their play.
Certainly the Hawks had the edge in shots on goal, but they got most of them on the power play. And with no score, let's go to Kevin Sylvester.
Thank you, Rick, and welcome to the Verizon Intermission Report. And yes, no goals for the Chicago Blackhawks despite all the shots. So the story so far tonight, Mike, has been Patrick Lalime.
he has played exceptionally well, and he had to, considering Buffalo spent the whole period, it seemed like, killing the penalties. And actually, when they were evened up, they did okay. It was a pretty good-looking game, but you're just chasing Chicago around, being a man short. So Lalime was spectacular in the first period. They needed him. He responded. Let's take a look at a few of his saves. You'll see he kept himself so square to the shooter on many, many occasions. His timing, his lateral movement was exceptionally good. So he got a couple games down in Portland. I think he's found his a little bit of his rhythm. Because other than that, I mean, this poor guy almost has an impossible job. I mean, everything is timing with a goaltender. And every month they say, oh, by the way, go in and play now and find your timing. I mean, you hope for the best, okay? I just hope he wins a game here tonight, and then he can get all those detractors off his back. I mean, it has to be such a head game for him.
He's playing well enough, obviously, there in the first period. He played well in Ottawa. A couple deflections went in against him, but able to hold those out so far tonight. So far, so good right now. And Buffalo, again, at the end of the period, started to turn things up offensively. We'll come back with more analysis in Rob Ray next. Buffalo Sabres hockey on MSG is brought to you by Labatt Blue Light, the official Canadian import of the Buffalo Sabres. HSBC Bank, the world's local bank. Your Western New York Chevy dealer. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Western New York, the official health plan of the Buffalo Sabres. Closed captioning is made possible by the Buffalo Hearing and Speech Center. Learn, listen, and communicate. Helping adults and families in Western New York for more than 55 years. Tonight's Sabres game on MSG is brought to you by Yancey's Fancy New York Artisan Cheese, home of the original Buffalo Wing and New York Sharp Cheddars, handcrafted locally for the last 50 years in Pembroke, New York. Tried some on the walk-in today. Good stuff. All right, the first period, it belonged to the goaltenders. Patrick Lalime, nice work in kite there on Jonathan Taves in Buffalo. Late in the period, some chances. Gerby with one. Another one coming up here. He saw he scored the goal the other night. Trying to jam it in there, but Duncan Keith and company say not happening tonight for Nathan Gerby, at least so far. Spinorama. Brad Kane learned that from his former coach Savard or Brian Campbell. He's doing here in Buffalo. Here's our stats brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Chicago with 17 shots on goal. That was buoyed by their power plays and 5-on-1 scoring chances. Buffalo did have a power play opportunity, 0 for 1, and you see the power play shots, 10 for the Blackhawks, none for Buffalo. Probably just looking to stay out of the penalty box here in the second period.
Well, that would certainly help, and certainly one goal, the early goal, would mean an awful lot to Lalime right now to get his teeth into an early lead. All
right, we'll see if that happens here in the second period. Let's go to Rick Jeanneret, Harry Neal, and Rob Ray here on MSG.
Short, huh, Joe?
Buffalo Sabres hockey on MSG is brought to you by Verizon, the official and exclusive broadband, data, entertainment, and voice company of the Buffalo Sabres. Kaleida Health, for your very best health. Northtown Automotive, satisfaction to the nth degree. That's Northtown. Cellino & Barnes, trusted for over 50 years. Cellino & Barnes is Western New York's largest personal injury firm. And by Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Buffalo Sabres.
Buffalo Sabres, Chicago Blackhawks have returned to the ice to resume rivalry here in downtown Buffalo. No score at the end of the first period of play. Or perhaps I should say the beginning of the second. As soon as they line up, they will drop the puck and we will get it underway. Taves slips it back for Seabrook. And it's spun off the boards by Keith to center ice. Brought in over the line, and a shot high and wide of the Sabre net. Kept in by Chicago. Work it down low into the corner. Taves cleared it out in front, stolen away by Myers. It gets it up ahead, down to Hesh. Hesh tipping it in and chasing in after it. Thomerson got it around on the boards. Campbell slipped it out to Hossa. Hossa tried to get away, and Hesh stays all over him. Back into Chicago territory to Thomerson, who got it to the Buffalo line. Kalinder knocked it right back out again. Campbell. Thomerson to Hossa, who will deflect it in wide of the net and head off to the bench. Pass up on the wing. Roy let it go all the way around on the board. Stafford goes firing over there, trying to keep it in, but it's broken up and brought back in the other direction. Sharp hustling after it. He cleared it over the line. That's stolen away by Roy. Roy bringing it back now for Buffalo. Tips it over to Gerby with a shot right on the rebound. And the rebound again. Knocked away by Uwe up in the air. Gerby tried to pick it out of the air and couldn't do it. Now Gerby collides in the corner with Brouwer. Back to the point. Long shot. And Uwe made the save as he got bumped by Stafford. Hooked around on the boards and sent down the ice by Chicago. That's going to be an icing call, and Buffalo comes oh so close.
Well, they sure did. Gerby had 2 or 3 slaps at a puck there and then took a swing at one that went way up in the air. So Buffalo starts the second period with 2 or 3 scoring chances. Gerby takes the shot. The big fat rebounds there, but Derek Roy can't get to it, and there is the swing and a miss by Gerby on the puck that went 10 feet up in the air.
Montador holding it in, getting it into Connolly. Connolly digs it free. Back to Montador. And he got it over to Sekera in his skates, however. Sekera keeping it in, digs free to Montador. He lets his shot go. Anyway, kicked that away. Barker didn't get it out. Sabres keeping it in. MacArthur swinging it down low. Connolly behind the net has to track it down in the corner and deals it back to Sekera. He clears it over to Montador with another shot reflected right beside the net. Vanek tried to chip it out in front. Back to Montador again. He had Diplo. He got grabbed. There's a penalty coming up here in Chicago. There's not much doubt about that one. I'm not exactly sure what Patrick Sharp is claiming in his defense, but what the heck, it was a tackle.
Probably trying to talk the referee into calling a dive on Montador, but it was a tackle. You may not see any tackles better than that on Sunday afternoon when the Bills are back in action.
Well, Buffalo heading back to the power play situation. Dribbled on into the corner, but broken up and rattled right back down the ice. Sekera sliding back after it. Sekera gains center, tosses the backhand into the corner. Seabrook ripped it off the boards, not out. Off to Rive for Sekera. He's got Roy open and gives it to him. Roy, top of the circle, took his shot. That got blocked. Sekera keeping it in there to Roy. Roy with a rolling puck, dealt it across ice. Back for Rive. Rive keeping it in, spun on into the corner. Roy tried to force it out in front. That's knocked down, and it ends up at center ice. Rive is there to take it away and get there ahead of Taves. Now brought back in over the line by Connolly. Connolly puts on the brake, slides it in front, but it's knocked down. Rive tried to keep it in, can't do it. And the Hawks flip it down and make changes. Lalime is out to leave it behind the net, and away goes Tyler Myers. Myers in over the line. He leaves it back there. It's kept in by Buffalo. Spun across to MacArthur. He slides it on. Back to the point. It comes to Myers. Myers to MacArthur. MacArthur. Connolly took his shot. The rebound right in front of the net. They all walk away at it. They score! Thomas Vanek spins and slams it home, and Buffalo has a 1-0 lead.
Thomas Vanek gets his 9th of the year. He had some real good chances in the last game and couldn't put it away. But is there a guy with better hands in a scramble in front of the net? He wheels around and slides it by the goaltender to make it 1-0 Buffalo.
.342 the time of the first goal of the game here in the second period.
That was the 7th shot on goal for Buffalo here in the second period. Chicago hasn't got any.
Coletta tried to clear it in, hit the linesman. It bounces back at center ice. Coletta comes over to bump along with Kopecky. Went around behind the net, jammed back into the corner again. Mayer helps out. Mayer takes a stiff jolt, but knocks down his check, Kopecky, and it's dumped out to center ice. Coletta slaps it across ice. Montador in over the line. Montador took a shot, went wide. Set around the boards. Kopecky and there by Sekera. Sekera's shot, that deflected wide. Around on the boards to Eager, who got rid of it to center. Kopecky chasing after it by himself. Takes his shot and rips it over top of the net. Kept in by Chicago as the Hawks make a change. Montador will leave it in his own zone. Montador now dealing it across ice and in over the line. Pominville hustling in after it, but Jomerson got there first. And the Hawks bringing it back again. Hossa gaining the Sabres line. And then goes after it once more. Went around behind the Buffalo net. Kept in by Campbell. Campbell guiding it across ice. Jomerson keeping it in there. Round behind the net. Chicago trying to work it out in front. Back to Campbell with a shot, and that went wide. Pominville is there to pick it up off the boards and blast it through center ice. Kennedy couldn't catch up with it. However, Tallinder does. Tallinder got in over the line. It's kept in there. Pominville, and he ripped it wide. Get back along the boards. Hess with a long shot that's deflected wide. Kennedy charges after it. Kennedy steals it away in the corner. Tried to swing it back to the point, but it went all the way down the ice. And Lalime comes out to help his teammates. Head for Tallinder. In over the line. It got away from Vanek. Vanek and Seabrook chasing after it. Seabrook comes up with the puck and gets it up on the wing to Kane. Kane flipping it in and getting it across to Brouwer. Brouwer deals it in around behind the net. Hawks trying to work it out in front. Back to the point. Seabrook. Seabrook does not shoot. He got it over to Keith. His shot didn't get through. Ludman spins it up on the wing. It's deflected to the blue line, but not out. Chicago keeping it in, working it back along the wall. MacArthur battling in there. It went around behind the net. Sharp left it there. MacArthur takes it away and gets it up the middle. Connolly starting back with Vanek. Connolly will feed it in, and Buffalo will change up. Chicago to try it again with Duncan Keith on the rush. He feeds it in, and that went out of play, and Patrick Lalime knew it did and signaled to the officials immediately. 13 and a half to go in the second period. Thomas Vanek has Buffalo in the lead.
1-0 Buffalo, and a major compliment to the youth hockey programs here in Western New York. 3 products of those teams are playing in tonight's game, and you can see the statistics. Aletta, Kennedy, and Kane. 3 Ks.
It's a tip of the hat to the Minor Hockey Association. And to the Minor Hockey Association's coaches.
And to the parents of those kids who bought them sticks, skates, and equipment to get them going.
Sekera up on the wing. Kirby will dish a backhand off into the corner. First one in there after it, Barker. Kirby tried to steal it back, couldn't do it. Bufflin then lost it, but it went right to center to Madden, who takes a shot right on. And it's going to be grabbed and held by Lalime.
Well, Chicago been noticed to play some robust physical hockey, but we haven't seen much of that, Rob, have we, tonight?
No, the Sabres have been able to take the sting out of them a little bit here. After that first minute, they've kind of started being a little more aggressive, you know, not taking the hit, giving it a little more. It's kind of taking them out of this game a little bit. So, you know, right now they got to take advantage of that because they're not skating the way they were, Chicago, in the first 10 minutes. They've slowed down.
Tallinder rolling it off the boards. Kennedy let it go to center to Hest. In over the line. Myers racing after it. And he picks it up and keeps it in there. And slips it over to Pominville. Pominville getting away in behind the net. Looking along the boards. Then lost it. And the Hawks will bring it back again. Versteeg in over the line. He tried to feed it across ice. It deflected around behind the net. Kept in back at the point, however. Knocked down for Hossa. That deflected all the way into the corner. Tallinder for Hest. Hest coming by sending it over to Kennedy. Kennedy looking in front of the net, and the shot right on, and away. Had too many blue sweaters around, and he hangs on to it.
Well, that was a smart play because that was an odd man rush in favor of Buffalo. Chicago, look what they've done in the last 5 years. 20 wins, 26 wins, 31 wins, 40 wins, 46 last year. No wonder their rink's full now after being empty for half empty for about 10 years.
There are some other reasons too, though. I mean, the team is being marketed differently. They got home TV now for home games.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of things that have changed in Chicago. Certainly winning Does help. There's no doubt about that. Vanek trying to keep it in, and he does by winging it down low to Connolly. Out in front, and MacArthur couldn't connect. That'll go all the way down the ice, and Ludman lets it go around behind the goal to Rivet. He got checked in the corner by Ladd, who tried to clear it in front, and Ludman got back in time. Finally, Vanek slipped it to center, but that's broken up by Seabrook. Rivet can't get anywhere. Ludman helping him out. Ludman up on the wing, deflected on in by MacArthur. He goes to the bench. Sabres will change up. Chicago's Seabrook bringing it back. He gunned one in. It's knocked down in the corner. Sekera slides it for Matador. Matador getting it up on the wing. Mayer let it go. It goes down the ice, and the goaltender Huey comes out to play it. Long pass to center, recovered by Sekera. Up to Kaleta. Kaleta whips it to center ice. Matador brings it in over the line for Mayer. Mayer looking for an open man, keeping it in by sending it on to Ellis. Ellis behind the net, trying to get away in the corner. He gets checked by Barker, and the Hawks will come in the other direction. That's feathered on into the Buffalo corner. Sharp chasing after it. Mayer hacked it around on the boards, ran into Kane. Sharp getting it back to the point. Screen shot. It just went wide. Around on the other side. Campbell pulls it into Kane. Kane got checked, then he got it back again. And left it to Ladd, who sends it across ice. Quick shot. Lalime steered that away. Banked off the glass, but not out of the zone. Head back into the corner. Sekera trying to get free. Mayer attempting to help out. Mayer digs it and gets it out to center ice. Knocked down by Campbell. Mayer carries on with a pass to Roy and over the line. He tried to drag it to the outside, but gets taken out by Hjalmarsson. Campbell starts back, getting away from Roy's forecheck. Campbell then turns, leaves it for Hjalmarsson. Back to Brian Campbell. Well, the Bluebirds are out, but not seem to be too serious about it. Here's the pass to center now. Stafford got to the line and over, knocked right back out again. Taken away by Ludman. Ludman squeezes it off Roy's stick. And recovered by Campbell to Hjalmarsson. He got it across ice. It's tipped in over the Buffalo line. Lalime is out of the net. Now it's cleared out in front, and an errant pass goes all the way down into the Chicago zone.
I think Eager was trying to bounce it off Lalime on that play.
Hawks bring it back again, and they're going to be called offside.
Too many men.
And with too many men on the ice. That's probably why they were offside. 1-0. Buffalo has the lead. The Absolute Care Replay, your partner in healthcare, absolutely.
Too many men on the ice, and we're going to show you how they had 6 skaters. There's 4 of them right there. And when you look back down in the corner here, long before the Wasp guy can get off, we got another 2. And that will cost you 2. They made a change in the goal scoring. Vanek scores. Myers and Conley get the assist.
Buffalo keeping it in with Connolly sliding it along the wall to Pominville. Back in front it comes. Connolly to Pominville. Back to the point Myers. Myers has MacArthur, but gets it in front of the net. Deflected just wide by Vanek. And chipped up in the air, and that's going to deflect and go out of play as it went off the stick of Troy Brouwer.
Well, you can't ask anything more of Myers, can you? He leads the team in block shots. He leads the team in ice time, and here he is on the first power play unit. What do you think of that, Rob?
Well, you know what? He deserves every bit he's getting because he's doing a fantastic job when he's getting the chance, and he's so composed that, you know, he deserves what he's getting.
They go to the linesman to see who was cheating on the faceoff. I guess neither one of them were.
Well, Buffalo keeping it in to Connolly. Faked his shot. Now tip back to Myers. Myers winds up, takes the shot, but it's knocked down in front of the net and shoveled off the boards to center. MacArthur getting it back, and he loses control, and the Hawks keeping it in. A quick shot wide. MacArthur recovering. MacArthur whips it right up the middle to Pominville, slipping it over to Connolly. Connolly in over the line. Connolly looking for a trailer, still has the puck, sending it back to Myers. Myers works it across ice. Now fed over to Connolly. Connolly getting it down low. Pominville put it right through the goal crease. MacArthur spins it back for Myers, who went off his skate and down the ice. And here are the Hawks now with a chance going in. Hosts of the shot right on. And Lalim stopped them cold on the breakaway. Back comes Buffalo. A blast, and that one comes around on the boards as Vanek let it go. Tipped back again, kept in by Buffalo's Connolly. Connolly's shot, that got blocked, and the rebound is drilled all the way down the ice. 35 seconds remaining in the penalty. Rivet taking it back to Roy. Roy swings it in to Gerby. Gerby going outside, walking in on goal, and never got his shot away as he bounced off the goaltender and went flying.
Really showed a great burst of speed to get a chance to walk in on the goalie.
Rivet picking it up again with a dozen seconds remaining in the penalty. Over to Sekera. Sekera is denied and being watched by Madden. Rivet got it over for Gerby. Gerby in over the line. Gerby set it into the slot. Roy with a shot right on and a good save by the goaltender Cristobal Huet.
Well, earlier on this power play, Chicago got a shorthanded breakaway. And they lead the league in shorthanded goals as Hossa. And he has scored 40 goals for 3 different teams, but he couldn't beat Lalim on that one.
Maybe all those practices in Ottawa, they played together for years up there. He knew exactly what he was going to get into there.
Is that the move you taught him in Ottawa?
Not really.
Well, that's one of the first honest things Rob Ray has ever said in this broadcast, folks. Here's Hess winning the draw, but Ludman could not catch up with it at the blue line and has to track it down. A little over 7 minutes to go here in the second period. Broken up, and the Sabres get it right back again. Myers feeding it inside the Chicago line. Campbell chasing after it. Campbell trying to get away from Kennedy. Buffalo keeping it in. Now in behind the net, and the Hawks will send a long pass to center. Does not connect. Goes all the way down the ice. Lalim is out to play around on the boards and away from Buffalo. Hest off for Rivet. Rivet gains center, sends it in. Coletta charging in after it, bumping with Campbell. Tipped around on the boards. Buffalo wheels it across ice. That's taken back by Talinder. He'll steer it in. Sabres in the midst of a change. Chicago's Versteeg. Intercepted at center, brought back in. Vanek a blast, and he sails it over top of the net. Vanek tried to take it away in behind the goal. It's worked around on the boards. Vanek chasing after it again. So is MacArthur. Back to Connolly with a shot, and that one goes wide. Kalinder hustles up to keep it in there. Now it's stolen and fed out to center ice. Chicago's Barker gaining the Buffalo line and whipping it in off the skate of Myers. Kalinder looking to slip it up on the wing. Too far for MacArthur. Seabrook for the Hawks. Over to Keith to Seabrook. That went all the way to the Sabres line. Roy starts back again with a pass in over the line. Gerby hustling after it in the corner. Gerby swings it around behind the net. Hawks break it up, and Hossa deals it through center to Keith. Keith shovels it down low into the corner. Ladd chases after the puck. Guns it around to Hossa. Taken away by Roy off the boards, not out of the zone. Long shot, and Roy steals it back and gets it across ice for Stafford. Stafford in over the line, tried to feed it to Gerby. Huet came out and played it away. Buffalo Stafford keeping it in. Stafford shovels it behind the net. Seabrook takes it back, loses it. Sabres keeping it in. Gerby chasing after it, but Huet's going to grab it and hang on to it right beside the nets. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the second period. Thomas Vanek has the only goal in this.
4 Buffalo Sabres have scored their first NHL goals this season. Tyler Myers against the Islanders, Tim Kennedy against New Jersey, Tyler Ennis against Philadelphia, and Nathan Gerby Wednesday here against Washington. 4 pucks in the trophy case for these 4 guys.
And we don't do it right on the face-off. We'll do it again.
Yeah, Harry, these guys have all scored a ton of goals in their career, but they'll never, ever, ever forget that first one.
It's hard to get 2 first ones.
Yep.
Back to Rive. Rive keeping it in. A shot by Pominville is right on and held by Huet.
Huet, a good play to hold that one because there were 2 Sabres, including Jokic, waiting for any kind of a rebound.
You know what the Sabres are doing well, they're not looking for that pretty play. They're getting the puck, they're getting into the net from all different areas. They're getting it, bang, it's going, and they got somebody going to it here this period.
Hawks bringing it out of their own end as comes in over the line and charging after it. Fraser, he feeds it across ice, taken back by Pominville. Pominville to Kennedy. Kennedy in over the line. Hess holding it in. Hess dropped it back, and Rive can't keep it in there. Didn't get much of a chance, actually. Taken back by Sopel. Sopel with a long pass through center goes down the ice. And Sharp had come off the bench. Ludman steers it around for Montador. Back to Ludman, who lets it go free to Kennedy, who lets it go to MacArthur. MacArthur digs on into the corner, bumping with Seabrook. Spun in behind the net. The wrap around by Vanek, and he got flattened by Seabrook. Comes to the boards again. Fed ahead and out to center ice. Stolen back. MacArthur getting in over the line. Left it there. And a shot by Connolly and a great save by Huet.
Huet's keeping his team in this game. In this period, Buffalo has been all over them. 13-6 the shots, and about 7 of the 13 have been labeled.
And another guy that's come to play here tonight is Thomas Vanek. This guy is flying. He's all over the ice. He's battling. He's winning battles. He's taking the puck to the net. He's going into those dirty, nasty, ugly areas, trying to wrap around the puck to the front of the net. It's exactly what this guy needs to do to get himself back on track.
He got on track enough in this period to get the only goal of this game so far. Tucked in down low. Back for Ellis. Can't get a shot away, and the Hawks will bring it out. Upland tipped it to center. In over the line is Versteeg. Going into the corner. Mayer dropped his check, and it's sent around on the boards and up on the wing and off Sekera and out to center ice. Now Coletta steps into Campbell. Long pass by Jomerson goes all the way down into the Buffalo end and is taken back by Sekera on the icing. Rob Ray will be roasted. Is that roasted or roasted? Well, whatever. He'll be at the WGR Winey Awards Tuesday, January 12th. Portion of the ticket sales benefit the Buffalo Sabres Alumni Scholarship Fund. You want to attend? Call 716-843-0120, or you can visit WGR550.com. And there'll be more info there. Whether you want to roast them or roast them. Roy on the draw against Fraser. Roy tipped it back, kept in by Tallinder. Tallinder got it around behind the net, but can't catch up with it. Kirby keeping it in to Roy. Roy spins it along the wall. Myers pinches to hold it in there. Roy fell, gets up again, back to Stafford. Myers let it clear in front of the net. Deflected just wide by Stafford. Well, slipped around on the boards, kept in by Stafford again, but his pass is going to go all the way down the ice. Myers chasing back after it. Myers looks like he wants to skate a bit as he comes to center and works it up ahead. Gerby helps it the rest of the way in. Myers charges in there. Sent around on the boards and picked up by Seabrook. Brent Seabrook guiding it off to Keith to Seabrook to Keith. Deals it through the middle and sent ahead by Caves in over the line. Quick shot right on. And Lalime will grab that one and hang on, and a whole host of players headed in his direction. Wise man that he is, he got the heck out of there.
We We talked about Pat Lalime coming into this game. The thing he's doing so far, he's keeping it simple. He's not trying to do too much. Every opportunity he gets to freeze the puck, he's freezing it, and he's got good communication with everybody on the ice so far.
Hawks keep it in on the face-off. Keith slides it along the boards, but that's broken up, and Pominville got it out to center, and hustling after it now. Hist on a backhand at the side of the net. Taken back by Keith, getting it up on the wing to center. Brought to the Buffalo line and knocked over the line. Lutman took it away, and it's going to be swung ahead for Hest again, but Seabrook recovered. Pominville sends it on in with 90 seconds remaining in the period. Kennedy is blasted in the corner by Seabrook. Ripped around off the glass. Kennedy gets it back again. He fed it right in front of the net. McCarthy scores! One Buffalo boy is on the board. Kennedy sets up MacArthur. 2-0 Buffalo.
MacArthur gets his 9th of the year to tie Thomas Vanek for the goal-scoring lead. Going to the net. A real nice play by Kennedy on the boards to the right of Huey to get the puck in the scoring area. And MacArthur cashes in on a smart play by Kennedy.
That they are now looking at. They're not looking anymore. It is 2-0 Buffalo. Sekera. Kane keeping an eye on him. Off to Montador. Up on the wing it comes for Connolly. Connolly gains the line. Connolly spotted in front of the net. McCarthy went after that one. Shoved off the play in the corner. Sekera can't get it. It slips down the ice, and Montador the first one back there. Montador pulls away from Kane on the wing to MacArthur. MacArthur will ease it in. Sabres begin to change up. Go back into the corner. MacArthur steals it away, fires it all the way around for Myers. Myers cleared it in front of the net to MacArthur again, and he got knocked down. And now the Hawks bringing it back. Out to center to Sharp. Sharp leaves it to Kane. Kane cleared it across ice. There's the shot. Fired wide of the net. Not a good play, but Troy Brouwer couldn't hit the net. Kalinder getting it around to Myers. Myers gave it away. Chicago keeping it in. Cairns back to the point. Long shot came off the boards. And is taken by Kalinder, who got it to the blue line. And eventually outs over the line. Knocked free up ahead. Kirby got sandwiched between Campbell and Ladd. Ladd trying to track it down in the corner now, but that does it. That horn means the second period is over.
Well, clearly the best team in the ice were dressed in blue, the Sabres, and a well-earned 2-0 lead.
And let's go to Kevin.
And welcome to the first Niagara intermission report, where the Sabres lead 2-0. And Mike, the story from that period really was the power play. They got more aggressive as it went on and ended up getting a goal.
Well, look at they're handling a couple really impressive hockey clubs here in Washington. The last game in Chicago tonight. But you're right, Kevin. The first part of this power play, in which we'll put it up here, you can see a lot of their passes were very soft and dinky type of passes without really anything on it. They're just trying to be cute, and then all of a sudden they got fed up with that stuff, and then they elected to just simplify their power play. As soon as they started to make it simple, they were much more effective, and just get the puck on the net and go to the net and make something happen in front. And that's how they scored that first goal. They just stopped this foolishness and trying to be cute on the outside. I mean, that works occasionally, but over the long haul, you got to stick your nose in front of the net and get things done in there. And that kind of put Buffalo, gave them the step up they needed to get moving.
All right, and Thomas Vanek, who we felt, we agreed was the best forward
last
the other
game,
night.
I thought he was terrific.
Against Washington, gets the goal here, his 9th of the season, the power play. MacArthur got his 9th near the end of the period. That's where the 2-0 lead comes from. Stay with us. We'll have more on the first Niagara intermission report. Rob Ray will also join us next. Hard-hitting affair, but the Sabres right now lead 2-0 here on MSG. Tonight's Sabres game on MSG is brought to you by Yancey's Fancy New York Artisan Cheese, home of the original Buffalo Wing and New York Sharp Cheddars, handcrafted locally for the last 50 years in Pembroke, New York. Let's go to Rick, Harry, and Rob for the third period. Buffalo Sabres hockey on MSG is brought to you by First Niagara. Passion. You deserve that from your bank. First Niagara. Visit FNFG.com today. Ford dealers of Western New York. Drive one. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Your local Lincoln Mercury dealer. And by McDonald's. Try McDonald's new Angus Third Pounders. I'm loving it.
2-0 Buffalo. Here we go at the third period. Chalmerson got it off the boards to center ice. Buckland fired across to Kane. Tallinder rubbing him off the play, but it goes behind the net out in front. Came all the way back to Chalmerson at the point with a long shot that goes wide. Campbell holding it in. Campbell spins it down low. It bounces around behind the net. And Lalime is going to trap it beside the net.
Well, Rob, have you warned the Sabres that the Hawks are going to give it a shot here?
Yeah.
They can't have the record they've got now by going through another period like that second one.
Yeah, right, Harry. They can't sit back. You know, the other night they sat back a little bit and allowed them to come out. Tonight they can't do that. Too much offensive power in this Chicago team. They got to start attacking, and they can't spend those whole period in their own end.
Goodman got it behind the net, hooked ahead. Pominville can't get it out. Here's Kane, slides it in front, they score! Patrick Sharp, and the Hawks trail by just one. And Patrick Kane set it up.
Well, a defensive zone giveaway started the problem for Buffalo. And Patrick Sharp gets the Hawks back in the hockey game on a nice little pass from Kane. And no chance whatsoever for Lalime. He got part of it, but not enough of it. And Sharp gets his 9th of the year.
And does it in a hurry, 30 seconds into the period. Well, that will change the complexion and the scheming in this game, I guess. Sent to center ice now. Hossa steers it in over the line. Brouwer with a shot right on. That's kicked away. Back to Seabrook. His shot gets knocked down by Gerby. And Gerby steers it ahead, trying to catch up with it. But he also will block that shot. I think he's trying to shake that off. Taves flares it through center. Keith will get it in over the line. That'll be dumped along the boards, but it's going to be called on a delayed offside. Sabres fans, log on to Sabres.com and sign up tonight to become a Sabres insider for your chance to win a Panasonic 50-inch plasma TV with pedestal base, courtesy of Stereo Advantage. Danik tried to kick it free, but it's tapped in by Ladd, who chases after the puck, and taken away by Montador. Montador getting it up on the wing. It went off MacArthur down the ice. This is icing.
Yeah, the Sabres got to get control here. They got to gain their composure back a little bit. Giving up that goal, not good, but not bad. You know, they can get themselves back here, get the puck, start moving it down the ice, make sure that first pass coming out of the zone is good, and then attack from there. Just don't panic right in this situation.
Montador cleared it off the boards and out to center, and it's tipped up ahead. In over the line is Connolly. Connolly looking for the trailer. Dropped it back to the point. The shot by Montador, and it just went wide, and I don't think we ever saw it. Connolly keeping it in. Around to MacArthur behind the net. MacArthur swings it back for Montador. Off it goes to Sekera. Sekera trying to keep it alive, loses control, and Chicago's Eager gets it to center ice with a pass up to Ladd, 2-on-1. Ladd took a shot, and Lalime got an arm on that. And now it's drilled up of Keith's stick back into the corner. Ladd going after it again. He leaves it there for Barker, who couldn't connect. And away it goes to center ice, and Montador charging after it, trying to catch Chicago changing. Montador's shot is going to go off of Sopel and out of play.
Well, Lalime makes a big save on that 2-on-1 Chicago break, as Sekera got trapped inside the offensive blue line. Here is the stop right here. Good job by Monador to make sure that there was no pass available on the 2-on-1.
Rive keeping it in. Shoveled along the boards by Ellis to Coletta. Coletta jammed it out in front, but it went all the way to Buffalo. Buffalo holding it in. Ludman tipped it back into the corner for Mayer. Mayer trying to get it to Ellis again. Slapped around on the boards and shoveled high in the air to center. Ludman knocks it down and flips it right back in. Huey will play it off around behind the goal and send it on the boards. Up to Buffalo. Buffalo leaving it for Kane. Kane darts in over the Buffalo line. Kane takes his shot. Steered around on the wall. The Hawks holding it in. Now broken up. And Ellis flipped it up to center ice and went behind Pominville. Hjalmarsson worked it over to Brent Sopel. Back to Hjalmarsson. He leaves it there. Kane had some difficulty. Had to go back after it again. 3 minutes have gone here in the third period. 2-1 Buffalo. Kane trying his luck once more. He gets in over the line. Took his shot. Lalime picked it off and hangs on to it.
Well, Kane's a dangerous guy for sure. Not only, excuse me, not only can he make good passes, but he's got a good shot, and he tests Lalime on this one. In the top of the circle, and I don't know whether that was going over the net or in the top corner, but
too close to measure.
Right.
Hawks keeping it in. Another shot. That one misses. Campbell holding it in there. Kirby knocked him down, but lost it. Chicago keeping it in. There's a penalty coming up to Kirby. They'll send it down low into the corner. Around behind the net goes Taves. Taves attempting to work it out in front. Myers held it long enough for the whistle to go, and now Buffalo shorthanded.
Our Labatt Blue player profile is Patrick Kane here tonight. We're going to show you why he has so much success. Look at this. Not a big stature guy. Knows the right place to be in. Makes a nice move out of the corner. You're going to see it here. Nice shot on Patrick Lalime. A spinorama here. Denny Savard, if you want to call it. Great heads up, down low. Got a great vision of the ice. Finds an open man for the goal. This guy has opened up an awful lot of eyes. Not a big stature guy, but a very smart player.
It's Roy who gets the penalty, not Gerby, but Buffalo is shorthanded and Kane's got the puck. He slips it around behind the net, gets it right back again. And he leaves it for Taves. It's dumped around on the boards. Taves scooped it back for Kane. Kane trying to get away. Rive's on him. Hit back to the point. Held in by Keith. For Hossa. Hossa sending it down low to Kane. Kane hanging on to the puck, looking for the open man. He elects to shoot, and it comes all the way around on the boards. But Sharp keeping it in. Sharp dumps it to Taves. Around into the corner. Hawks with a man advantage. Kane got it across ice. It deflected. Ooh, and that just missed. Left back in the corner, scooped around on the boards. Sharp saw it hit the referee. Taves had it taken away, and it's gunned off the boards and down the ice by Rive, and Buffalo makes a much-needed change. Chicago trying to take advantage of it and bring it back in again, but they're going to be called offside.
Well, the Buffalo penalty killing has been superb, and they need another good job here in the last minute and 2 seconds of the penalty to Derek Roy.
MacArthur and Pominville are out to try and take some time off the clock. Jammed outside of the line. Bufflin tried to kick it back in again. Lalime is out to get it up on the wing and slammed by Pominville the rest of the way down the ice. Campbell will lug it away now for the Hawks. Campbell getting it to the Buffalo line and over. That's taken back, and MacArthur spins it down and heads to the bench. Bufflin is deep inside the Buffalo end. He's got to get out of there, and he does. Campbell flipping it in. Bouncing it into the corner. Ellis kicks it free for Tallinder. Jumps up in the air behind the net. Tallinder trying to take it back again. Myers is involved, but it comes around, and it's going to go back down the ice into the Chicago end with 15 seconds remaining in penalty time. Cam Barker Brings it out now for Chicago. His pass through center to Campbell. Campbell shovels it in and chases in after it along with Coletta. They tip it around on the boards, but this is going to go out to center again. And the Sabres are back at full strength. Kane circling around back in his own end, goes all the way back behind the net. Keith for Kane. Kane gains the Sabre line and over, makes a couple of nice moves and carries it in, sends it back to the point. The shot blocked in front of the net as down goes Lalime. He was knocked down and the crowd yelling for a penalty but not getting one. Seabrook picks it up for Chicago, around for Duncan Keith. Keith hammers it in. Kane kicks at it in the corner, gets rubbed out. It went back in along the boards again. Kane spins it back to the point, whipped over to Keith, takes a screen shot. Lalime the save, and he tipped it off to the side. Roy scoops it up and got it through center. Sabres will change up. 6.5 minutes into the third period. Hawks Keith steers it across ice. It's deflected in by Eager and ends up behind the net. Myers gets it back but can't get it out. Eager keeping it in there. Eager battling for it behind the net, comes free to Hesh. Hesh tied up in the corner by Madden. Came right beside the net again. It's knocked down and Pominville clears the zone. And again the Sabres change. Emerson. Gets it for Ladd. Ladd will steer it on into the Sabre corner. Ellis ducked away from a check but made the play. Got it around on the boards. Kept in there by Sopel. Back in behind the net. It goes to Madden. Now around. Ludman chasing after it. Ludman up with the puck. He scoots it out to center ice. And off Ellis' stick and down the ice. And Mayer goes flying in there but can't come up with the puck. Set around on the boards. Mayer almost stole it away. Now to the blue line, knocked right back in again by Buffalo and chipped right back out. Connolly off the bench, lets it go to Ludman. Ludman spins it ahead. That missed everybody, but the linesman rules no icing. 12 minutes remaining here in the third period. Heath guides it to Seabrook, who will send it up to center ice. Kane misses it, goes back after it again. Kane easing it off to Seabrook. Now to Keith. Keith for Kane. Kane gaining the Sabre line. He goes wide and swoops in over the line. Kane puts on the brakes, tries to feed it out in front. That gets knocked down. It's kept in by Chicago. The shot right on. Lalime kicked it away. The rebound in front of the net. And it's rolled but not out. Keith keeping it in. Keith got it back to Kane. Kane slides it to Seabrook with a blast, and that went wide. All the way around on the boards, not out of the zone. Vanek couldn't reach it. It came to the blue line. Now out to center ice to Vanek. And Vanek will slap it down the ice as Keith took a run at him. Keith in his own end off to Seabrook, who got it back to Keith. Got it up on the wing. Hossa bouncing it in and chasing in after it. And he runs into Talinder. It's chipped off the boards, but not out. Now it'll come out. Stafford got rid of it to center ice. Taken back by Campbell. Campbell to Taves. Taves brings it to the line. Gets checked neatly by Roy. And Roy tried to scoot it up to Stafford and couldn't get it there. Hossa comes back in. Hossa left it there to Taves. Taves feeding it off into the corner. Chicago buzzing around and holding it in to Hossa. Hossa back to the blue line, keeping it in by giving it to Taves. Taves cycles the puck around, had it stolen away, but the Hawks keep it in again for Taves. Out in front, the shot went wide. Sent back into the corner. Myers can't reach it. Campbell gets checked, but the Hawks keep it in. Taves has it again, feeding it off into the corner. Myers going after it. Myers jammed it on the boards, not out. Chicago's Barker keeping it in there. Now it goes in behind the net, then picked up by Brower. He got it in front, the shot, and deflected away to the corner, but the Sabres are under siege. They jam it along the boards again, trying to get it out, and Myers finally got it out over the blue line. Buffalo hustling to make a change. And the Hawks, Campbell picks it up, but his teammates are changing. And now he goes back to the bench, and he's going to have to come back out after the puck again. Barker got it up on the wing to Eager. Eager attempting to cut in. He slides it right beside the net. Lalime makes the save. Play is called as the Sabres net has been knocked off. 9.5 minutes to go in the third period. Chicago pouring it on, but trailing 2-1
on Karuba Collision.
2-1 Buffalo here halfway through the third period. The Hyundai top performers in the NHL regarding ice time, and there are the three of them, and we're watching Duncan Keith, who's tied with Dan Boyle for that complimentary statistic, and Jay Bouwmeester for Calgary is close to. And Keith is leading both teams in ice time tonight.
Kalinder trying to get away from Kane, and he does, and the pass up the middle to Hesh. Hesh scoops it in over the line, but offside is Pominville.
Well, they knew exactly what they wanted to do out that faceoff during the timeout. Craig Rivet pulled them all together, explaining, walking them through exactly what they were going to do. It worked to a T. They won the draw, and they come out of the zone easy.
Hawks coming up with the puck. Seabrook. He leaves it to Kane. Kane gaining center ice, had it stolen away by Pominville, getting away from Keith, and then lost it at the last second. Out to center. Kane chasing after it again. He'll whip it in. Lalime tapped it to the corner, ripped around behind the net. Montador up to Pominville, didn't get it out of there though. Kane keeping it in with a shot. He fired it wide of the net. Sakara trying to come up with it. Kennedy bumping with Kane in the corner. Hess digs it free to Pominville. Pominville coming to center. Montador joining the rush. Back it comes. Kennedy dumped it in. Oh, and he cleared it across ice, and Kennedy couldn't catch up with it, but there's going to be a penalty coming up here to Chicago.
Bufflin's going to get it.
Northtown.
The Dent replay. Choose Dent Imaging Centers for your next MRI, CT, or PET scan.
Dustin Byfuglien will get the penalty as Kennedy was tripped. Good hard back checking by Byfuglien, but why he does this I don't know. As he hooks Kennedy, didn't have the puck.
Buffalo trying to get their 2-goal margin back again by virtue of power play. Pominville digging for it in the corner. They tipped around on the boards. Myers can't get it, and all the way down to Lalime. He's being watched by Brouwer. Off to Myers. Myers pulling away from Brouwer. Gets to the Chicago line and over. Shovels it on through. Brouwer takes it back again. And Brouwer getting away from Pominville. And got it around and whipped by Sopel to the blue line and down the ice. Less than 8 minutes remaining, third period. 1:20 remaining in the penalty. Myers legs it out again. This time leaves it to Connolly. Connolly swings through center, in over the Chicago line. It's cleared across ice to Vanek. Vanek got it down into the corner, but now it's taken back again and fed to center. Myers scooping it up to Vanek. It jumped away from him, and Sabres will change. Price, another combination. Hawks tapping it in. Roy charging in after it. Roy fed it on the boards, but Hossa keeps it in there. Back to Taves, and he flipped it back, and it rolls into the Chicago end. Derby on the forecheck. Keith got it to Hossa. He sends it to Taves at center with a long shot. Lalime handles that one and leaves it behind the net, and the Sabres Sakara will try it. He gets to center, got it up on the wing. Derby deflecting it in and chasing in after it. Flipped around behind the net. And now the Hawks bring it back again. Coming in over the line for Stieg. And he didn't get a good shot away, and finally Rivet has the puck. Rivet leaving it in the corner for Sakara. Chicago about to return to full strength. It's kicked in over the line by Roy, but knocked down and flipped out to center ice, and that's shoveled down the ice, and now Chicago's back at full strength with less than 6.5 remaining in the third period. Reve got it up on the boards. It goes to center ice, picked off by Madden. He left it to Barker, back to Madden. Now he gives it to Campbell. Campbell drilling it in. The Ladd shoveling it behind the net. The Sabres break it up and get it up on the wing. Swung by Kennedy ahead for Hesh in over the line. Hesh took his shot, and Douay got an arm on that. Hesh keeping it in as he's run out of the play by Barker. Chicago getting it out again, up to Kane. Kane coming in over the Buffalo line. Kane took a shot. Lalime made the save, and it's bounced in front of the net again. Kennedy scoops it free to Hesh, coming with Tallinder. Tallinder in over the line, back for Hesh. Trying to get it in front of the net, and it's jammed right on, and Douay makes the save as tumbling in there was Kaleta. Everybody's okay. 2-1 Buffalo.
He's fancy.
Our McDonald's game reset will show you the 3 goals that have been scored tonight. Thomas Vanek gets the first one on a spin around. MacArthur gets the second, taking a lovely pass from Kennedy. And Sharp puts the Hawks back in the game on a nice pass from Kane.
5.5 left on the clock here in the third period. Chicago with a 12-3 edge in shots on goal here in the third. Connolly keeping it in front of the net. Deflected just wide. And now it's going to be fired off a skate and back through center ice after Vanek was foiled on his chance for a second goal of the evening. Connolly couldn't get free. Seabrook's got it. Seabrook drilled it up the middle, went all the way to center. And Myers blasts it right back in again as the Sabres make a wholesale change. Chicago again on the rush with Hossa in over the line. Hossa squeezed out, goes after it in the corner. Hossa bumping with Montador. Came free to Taves. He left it there. Taken away by Sekera. Sekera got it on the boards and out to center. And the Sabres bring it back in over the line. Kick free. And knocked back into the corner by Brouwer, who had lost his stick. And now it's fired up on the wing to Kane. Here's Kane getting it over the line. Kane with a spinorama, and he shot it wide of the net. Sabres get it now to Stafford. Stafford guiding it across ice. Sekera had it in his skates, flipped it ahead, off the stick of Roy. Roy in over the line, taken away from him. And it's fed back to center ice, up to Kane again. He's been dangerous, comes in with a shot and finds the glass. Hit back into the corner, rockets around on the boards. Kane slides it into the corner. Back to the point by Sharp to Campbell. Campbell then had it taken away by Ludman. And he feeds it through the center to Kennedy. Kennedy tried to pass, and out of the net is Douay, and he got it around behind the goal. Now fed to center ice again. Hawks bring it back in, sending it in with less than 4 minutes to go. Lalime chips it away. Flipped off the boards by Kennedy, not out of the zone. He'll track it down again and get it behind the net to Ludman. Ludman up ahead. Pominville got rid of it through center ice. Buffalo another quick change, helped in over the line and back into the corner. Montador flipped it, didn't get it out. Kaleta's got it now and slips it out to center ice, and the pass up on the wing. In over the line, tried to dump it back again. MacArthur went for the pass, but Connolly couldn't get it to him. MacArthur steals it away and dishes it around behind the Chicago net. Douay flings it on the boards. Kaleta couldn't keep it in. Ladd swings it to center. Back it comes to Madden in over the line. He left it there, and Kaleta takes it away. Less than 3 minutes remaining. Keith in his own end. 2-1. Buffalo has the lead. Duncan Keith with it again. Flings it off the boards and knocks it down the ice, but the Sabres will reclaim it. Tallinder getting it to center ice. It's spun to the Chicago line and then stolen away, and Gerby comes up with it to Myers. Myers to Tallinder. Tallinder tried to feed it ahead, knocked down. He gets it back again over to Myers. Myers up the middle to Roy. That caroms across ice and is cleared back in by Gerby. Stafford battling in the corner. Gerby going after it and keeping it in there. Hawks break it up. Keith getting it across to Hossa. Hossa bringing it in over the line. Puts on the brakes. Still has the puck. Shovels it in down low. Roy after it. Left it in there. Well, Myers got taken down. No penalty right beside the net. And Lalime tried to grab onto the puck and finally does. Patrick Kaleta decided if he's one of 3 Buffalo boys in this game, he should be on the scoreboard some way. Well, he gets noted on the Karuba Collision side. There's Soupy Campbell and there's Kaleta. Make the right decision, insist on Karuba Collision, the official collision repair centers of the Buffalo Sabres. 1:57 left on the clock. Chicago comes close but does not get the equalizer. The face-off between Sharp and Hesht. Hesht winning the draw. Ripped around on the boards. Pominville slapped at it, didn't get it out. Sekera digs it free in the corner. He uses the glass. He can't get it out. Kane keeping it in there. Back it comes to Keith. Chicago pulls the goaltender. Deflects right on. And Lalime will hang on to it. Look away on the bench.
Twice the Sabres had a chance to bounce that thing off the glass and get it out and couldn't. So the faceoff will be in their end to the right of Lalime with 1:39 to go, and Huey.
The problem Chicago's having now is the Sabres outchanged them 2-1 coming in the last 15 minutes of this period, and now they're getting to the point Chicago is their offensive guys are tired. He's going out, Pat Kane, he's sucking wind, and he had to throw him back out on the ice here because he's got nothing left.
Call a timeout.
Smart thing.
Oh, here's Kennedy getting it to center ice, but he got held. Penalty coming up to Chicago. Duncan Keith got caught in the act. No stick. That's almost a sure holding penalty.
And Keith is saying that the stick was grabbed out of his hand.
He's getting called for hooking. That's tough to do when you don't have a stick, isn't it?
Well, that's a break for the Sabres with 1:33 to go.
Well, there's a situation. He got caught flat-footed, and all of a sudden the Sabres jump. And like I said before, if you're not, rested enough, or you don't have the energy to get back because they've been extending shifts, then things like that happen.
Buffalo keeping it in on the face-off. Tallinder drops it off, cleared in beside the net. They try to force it out in front, back to Tallinder. Tallinder to Pominville. Pominville back to Tallinder again. He moves it along the blue line, then shovels it down low into the corner. Got it around for Kennedy. Kennedy ran into the referee, but keeps it in deep. Flung around on the boards, off Tallinder to center ice. Rolled across to Myers. Myers back to Tallinder again. He'll take his time. A minute remaining here in the third period. Comes across ice. Hesht, the backhand right on, away the save. Hesht trying to chase after it again, but the Hawks break it up, and it's wheeled away to center by Sharp. Sharp in over the Buffalo line. Sharp trying to go to the net. He gets checked. It rolls off into the corner. Hesht going after it. Leads it around on the board. They all battle in the corner. The Hawk net is wide open, and the Sabres come up with it. And Tallinder will leg it along the boards, try to shovel it along the wall, can't get it out. They jam in against the boards again. Everybody in there pushing and shoving. Puck is still tied up, and now it's dribbled out over the blue line with 25 seconds remaining. Back it comes to Hjalmarsson. He'll wind up and send it in. Flipped around into the corner, but it goes out of play, and the faceoff is coming out of the zone. And Patrick Lalime gives Ryan Miller a rest tonight, but boy, he doesn't get a rest. What a chance for Hossa on a shorthanded breakaway, and Lalime comes out and takes away that chance. The big save brought to you by State Farm agent John Moe in Orchard Park.
39 shots on Lalime, and they have beaten them once. Can't ask for anything better than that.
No, he's been sharp. Lindy Ruff just called a timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here. 16.5 seconds left.
And the faceoff is back at center ice, so that's some good news for Buffalo. Even though the Hawks are shorthanded, they do have their goaltender pulled. And even with the face-off at center ice, I'm sure he's going to remain on the Chicago bench.
All of us at Cellino Barnes and Buffalo Sabres
Wish all of you a happy and healthy holiday season.
A timeout has been signaled over.
Well, the Hawks will be shorthanded for the rest of the game here. 43 seconds left in the penalty to Duncan Keith, and only 16 and a half left in the third period.
Roy and Taves are warned to cool their jets and try to face off again. And Roy wins the draw anyway. Back for Talinder. He just dribbles it along the board for Hesh. Hesh left it there at center ice. Chicago up with the puck. Time's a wasting. Getting in over the Buffalo line to Hossa. Hossa spins it at the net. Lalime knocked it away. Chipped around on the boards. The game is over. Patrick Lalime leads the Buffalo Sabres to victory.
And the Sabres Wednesday night knocked off the high-flying Washington Capitals, and tonight the high-flying Chicago Blackhawks, our second-best team in the rink. Sabres leave right after the game to play the Rangers tomorrow night.
And the Buffalo team out congratulating Patrick Lalime on a huge performance in relief. Let's go to Kevin.
Indeed it was, Rick. A huge performance for Patrick Lalime with 38 saves in the win tonight, 2-1 over the Chicago Blackhawks. And you know, many questioned Lindy Ruff putting Lalime in tonight, but the right call, and really in the third period he held it together for Buffalo.
I thought certainly Chicago had some really good chances, and he had a tough night. There are many opportunities Chicago had. They couldn't beat Lalime. He gets full marks tonight. That is amazing accomplishment. When you beat two hockey clubs of that ilk, Washington, are you kidding me? And then you turn around and you beat this hockey club tonight. Man, I'll tell you, that's about as impressive as it's going to get.
All right, 2 wins in a row for the